I think it was Lucas at the time, was like, you can't do this under the Geneva Convention. You can't do this. I was like, we're not at war. I don't.
What
I don't
he
know
was
why
like
you're
trying
figuring
to. He was like your
it out.
lawyer.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
He
This
was
is
like,
against the Geneva Convention.
But yeah, probably a good time to say welcome everybody to episode 5 of the podcast. Today, episode 5, we've got Isaac, a friend from sixth form, and also a fellow university student. What do you study, my friend?
I'll ask you.
He studies geography. Sorry.
Wrong. No, that's right.
Yeah. How's it going so far, mate?
It's pretty good. I've just started my dissertation,
Oh.
which was it's okay. It was really annoying though. So we had like loads of like lectures just before doing my exams. So it was like, you have to do this, you have to do that, but you got to do exams first. I'm like, brilliant,
So
cool. But
so that is that over the summer then you got to do that?
yes, I'm working with Blackpool Sea Transport, which is quite cool. So I'm trying to make them more sustainable as a company.
Oh, okay.
So we're going to do a lot of like interviews and questionnaires with a lot of the employees. So I'm going to have to stay in Lancaster for a bit, but it does seem quite fun though. It's amazing. Like, so we use I hate Stagecoach.
Okay, yeah.
Please, for the record, I despise them.
Yeah, that's like the cheapest coach in the UK. It's like probably...
it's just like a private bus company essentially.
Yeah.
But they, I was when I was in Lancaster, like, you know, traveling to uni and shit.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, this is all right. And then I went to Blackpool for like one day just to see how it worked, and everything was on time. All the buses were insanely modern. Mm-hmm. Nothing was late. Yeah. All the payments went through. It was brilliant. It was really cheap. And then I came back and I was like, this is a shithole.
Yeah, man.
What the fuck is going on?
Buses aren't great around here either, but we get a free one with the bus, so it's kind of like you're not paying for it. So you're like, they can rock up whenever. I think they know that. Most of the students get on it, so there's like, we don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like, fuck it,
Yeah, exactly.
So it's kind of that vibe. Buses, I feel like I take them if I've got spare time and I don't need to be somewhere, because then you're like, it's cheap and stuff, but it's really annoying if you're...
You guys have Uber, don't you?
Uber here, yeah.
Is
that not about in the valleys of Lancashire?
In the valleys, it's not. It's not
valleys, yeah.
In the depths of the hills. No, it's not. It is just buses. There's taxis, but the taxis are a lot more expensive than Uber.
Yeah, and you have to like call them up, and it's like in advance and stuff.
Are we in the 90s?
Yeah, what were we?
I'm calling you. Give me the
Lancashire. Advance in your shit, bro.
Fucking idiots, bro. Idiots.
Yeah. So
I'm blaming Uber for that, but.
We got that. Oh, I just need my phone. I don't even know where my phone's going, but we'll keep going. No, I didn't. Oh. But yeah, we went sixth form together. But I want to know what kind of stuff happened before, like high school and stuff, because the school you went to was definitely, I'd say, a bit more wild compared to the... No,
you can say it.
It's a bit more wild compared to the school I went to.
Yeah, it was. Actually brought me onto a story. I remember there was a... have you ever been in isolation?
No, I haven't been. No, I haven't really. But I've like kind of just. I know what it is. Yeah.
So there's a story I was thinking of on the way here. So it was me, Ollie, Joe, and a few others who all got in isolation over lunch. Yeah. This kind of shows you how shit the school was. But we were like throwing this banana skin around. Okay. Ollie threw it and it smacked this teacher in the face. It was. Oh, that's such a so funny. Then the person was like, "All of you in now!" What? I didn't do anything. Yeah. We all point.
Ollie.
Scummy. We all pointed at Ollie. Yeah. I was like, "Nah, you all go."
All go in.
But we're only in for like until the end of lunch, and it was around late lunch that we actually did it, so it wasn't that.
What?
Bad.
So you're only in for like a day, like half a day?
No, it was like 15 minutes. Yeah. It really wasn't a punishment.
I always thought like isolation was actually quite bad because it got to a place where. Loads of like all the bad people in the school were coming together, so they'd all just piss about together in the room.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yo, I've got a resolution to this. How about we get all the kids together in the same room, and that'll really teach them.
Yeah, that'll teach them.
There wasn't enough staff in my school for there to be a person watching all the time, so they'd just piss about in there. So I think there was a bit of an incentive to get isolation sometimes. Yeah,
exactly.
So
you're in? Fuck shit up as well. I'm gonna go in with you. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. It is.
Yeah, but I think the worst thing, my brother actually at school kicked a football. So there was a lot of like grass fields, kicked football in a teacher's face. That wasn't great. And I hope he wasn't aiming for her. I don't think he's that good at football anyway. So I think it was an accident. But I'm just thinking, like, what kind of punishment would you've got if maybe it wasn't a banana? You know, if it was an apple, imagine if it was like an apple, but she's maybe getting knocked out. You know?
Yeah. It's like a cut as well as the apple juice.
Yeah, but brutal. I reckon Ollie should have just firmed the isolation. I don't think.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know what a group punishment is. So stupid. So stupid. I remember as we were going in. I think it was Lucas at the time. Was like, "You can't do this under the Geneva Convention. You can't do this." I was like, "We're not at war. I don't."
What he was like trying to. He was like your lawyer.
Basically. This is against the Geneva Convention.
You were like walking with the teacher, and he was like with his notepad. It says in the school institution that you can't. Yeah.
It says actually under the law of 1688. 25.4. We cannot do this.
Yeah. Can we just check we're still recording? Go on the green tab on the bottom. Yeah, the one on the right. Yeah, cool. We're still going. Yeah. No, my school's very old-fashioned. It was kind of a place where I think most of the guys, it was fighting, but there wasn't girls there to fight over. So, but they were fighting over girls that weren't even there. So
it was like the high school stuff.
High school
because they're quite connected, aren't they?
There was also loads of rumours that our school and your school had this like big fight as well.
Was it?
Yeah, like in the field. But I never heard about that. But there was.
Oh yes, I remember that.
Do you remember that? Yeah. I don't know.
No, that is true. You're near. Oh yeah, because we're both on like the same kind of. We're facing westward, aren't we?
Yeah, and we're the only like there's only like 3 schools near us, so everyone was just beefing. Yeah.
Do you guys have a anonymous like
email?
It's like a messaging board.
Oh, okay, at school.
Uni.
Yeah.
So we have this thing called OnlyLanks, which is kind of like this. So like people submit on a Google forum.
Oh yeah.
Like their opinions on something.
We have an Instagram at our uni.
Yes, ours is an Instagram. Yeah,
Instagram
it's
page,
really good. Oh, the stories
they're so funny.
incredible.
Maybe we should read some later.
Yes,
Cool.
I've saved a few actually.
Yeah, sound
really, really good idea.
But I will say, mate, you are dressed very nice today. I like your style.
Thank you very much.
That's something I want to say. I think when I've been looking because we haven't seen each other in a while.
No.
Most of the time we probably see each other on social media. So, and I just see, I kind of like your style. I feel like I'll start wearing what you're wearing maybe in like 20 years. And I don't want you to take offence to that. I don't want you to take offence to that. I'm just saying like...
You're dressing like a 40-year-old. I'll do that when I arrive.
No, like the woolly jumpers. I like that. I like that kind of vibe. It's and I think it like fits your aesthetic as well.
Oh,
mate.
thank you.
Yeah.
Making me blush. Shit.
But yeah, if you're seeing why we're sweating today, and I definitely will be. I'm in this shirt right now. It's like 31 degrees today in the UK, and that's Celsius. So for anybody in other parts of the world, that means higher. It's degrees Celsius. So I don't mean to be a dick. Yeah, so it's 31 degrees and it's just very hot. So hopefully by the end of this we won't be having heat stroke or something.
Hopefully.
A day like this last year, and I don't know if you remember this. I don't know if you were there. I was definitely with Joe. I went for a 10k run in the morning. It was at least 30 degrees in the UK, which is we're not used to that type of heat here.
Jesus.
So went for that, and then throughout the day I was day drinking. So Corona's here, a couple Carlsbergs or whatever. Got to about 5 o'clock, and I felt horrendous.
Oh
it's the worst I've ever felt, and I was in bed for the next 2-3 days. I had heat stroke. Have you ever had heat stroke, man?
No, I have not. I have not.
Yeah, and I just hope I don't catch that today, because another thing you don't know, me and Isaac are going to see Kalia today, aren't we?
Yes, we are. I thought you were talking to me. I was like, oh, no. But yeah,
Yes.
we're on a podcast.
Yeah.
I forgot what I was like, oh yeah.
Wait, where are we right now?
We're maybe there now. What?
Yeah, but Isaac invited me, and I'm looking forward to it though.
Front row seats.
Front row
Standing.
seats.
Not seats, I wish.
Yeah, I want a seat.
Yeah, it's a pretty little camp chair.
No, I've seen a couple of their songs. I know a couple of their songs. I'm trying to like get into the kind of spirit of things.
Yes.
Because I don't want to just be there like.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like thinking how I'm gonna act already. Like I'm that type of person. If I know I'm gonna be in a setting, like how I'm gonna be, because everybody else is gonna be like saying the words and stuff. I'm just gonna be like,
Probably along.
Yeah. No, I don't know about you, but when I'm like dancing or something, and I'm not like horrendously drunk, I have to be horrendously drunk to not be self-aware. So
Yeah.
if I'm in a club, I'll start cringing at myself, and then I'll just stop dancing.
Yeah, no, I've definitely felt that. Yeah, and actually a few weeks ago was the first time I actually properly went clubbing in Lancaster, which kind of makes sense. There's very few clubs. I'll bring that on to another point later. But there's this club called Sugar,
Okay.
which is a uni owned one. It's just by the student unions.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
really, really good quality. But then there's this other one called Glow,
Right.
which,
You can just tell by the name.
well, yeah, it's really shit. It's so as of Sunday,
Right.
last Sunday, somebody died because the bouncers put him in critical condition.
Shit.
Yeah.
Someone knocked out the bouncer or something.
I think what it was to do was like this dude who was like kind of touching on other girls, I think.
Okay.
I mean, don't quote me on this. I mean, you might be able to, I don't know if it's online, it might be a news article. Finally,
Yeah. So someone got.
So somebody got dragged out, and I think multiple. Is it?
Glow Lancaster death.
God. Yeah. So
Yeah.
someone. So you think someone was touching a girl in the club?
Something like that, and then some of the dudes reported it.
Somehow the bouncer.
And the bouncer, I think several bouncers were kind of brought out, and they just kind of dragged outside and
God.
used to beat him. Yeah, it's.
You don't
pretty
usually
horrific.
hear stories of bouncers getting kind of killed or whatever.
No,
The dude got killed.
Yeah,
Oh, okay,
the
my
bouncers
bad.
killed him.
I'm probably the only one who didn't really understand the grasp of the story there. Just like everyone else understanding that, I'm just like questioning.
The bouncer died.
So yeah, though I've been hearing a lot of stories about that, even like from people I know pretty closely. People just dying, bouncers kind of having that authority where they just think they can do certain things.
It is pretty horrendous to be honest. But I suppose there's kind of like almost a nationwide epidemic, isn't it?
I think as a girl, you don't feel very safe with the other guys in the club, and as a guy, I think the most scary point is with bouncers. I think that's the only thing guys have to worry about. But yeah, like I said, I know firsthand people who recently have had problems with bouncers, like just getting beat up and stuff. It's kind of just that thing where sometimes they think they have the same authority as the police, and
it's really weird. So like another like notorious thing about Glow is that it always lets loads and loads of like girls in who can sometimes be underage.
Yeah.
But then they're very, very strict on the men they bring in.
And isn't that usually just the bouncers say as
as
well?
I think some of it probably is to do with the bouncers, but I feel as though some of it's kind of to do with like the company itself.
Well, because most bouncers are guys, so they're gonna be allowing girls in.
Yeah, exactly.
They're gonna, and for some reason they think, oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna be able to take her home. Mate, you're working. I'm not like working in the shop and going, well, I've got a girlfriend first of all, but I'm not working in the shop going, yo, if I give her 2 Twix bars instead of 1, like she's gonna take my number. Like I don't know, it just seems so. I'm very much when I'm at work that it doesn't even come into my brain. So, and I think in the same way they should treat it like that, just like any other security guard or whatever.
Yeah, I definitely think so. Because it should be about protecting people.
But
I
I think it's just the type of people who get hired in that club culture. And if you're in the UK, you kind of know that club culture. Everybody likes to drink quite often. It's kind of a thing. Have you found that as well? Like, it is just a thing where if you don't want to drink that night, or a bit of a pussy,
Yeah. No, there definitely is.
And I think there's less of that in different countries like America and things like that. Just like, leave it what you want. Yeah, for sure. If I was going to a party first year and there was just somebody like not drinking, I'd be like, what the fuck are you doing? Yeah. But I think this is the way it is.
Yeah, I think it's because like people can sometimes be like uncomfortable if like they're getting shit housed and then somebody else is like quite sober because it's like I mean. I mean, probably different
I think
in
it
other
depends
countries.
because most people who don't drink, I think they adapt and like they can have, and I rate those people. They'll go to a place and they'll be able to like be on the same vibe as them people who are drunk.
Yeah.
But I haven't like got many friends who don't drink, so I don't know much about that.
Exactly. Yeah,
all our friends drink quite a lot.
Like most of my uni mates, like they don't like drink like every day or anything. But like if we're gonna get smashed, we're gonna get fucking drunk.
Yeah.
So I've never really had that kind of thing where like people are very like real like kind of strict on how.
No,
they
you
drink.
don't see it that much, and I think that's when you do see someone like there's a lot of people who go, "Oh, you weirdo" and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's just because we're not used to seeing it. But yeah, in the news story, exactly what we were talking about earlier, Lancaster nightclub, a man seriously hurt by a punch. Yeah, just by a punch, he's passed away. God.
As you can tell, I haven't read it yet. I just
Yeah,
saw
but
the headline. But
yeah, and in a place like Lancaster as well, it isn't.
yeah,
For me, I don't think that's well known as a particularly
it
bad
really
area.
isn't.
No.
Not really. It's quite like every time I talk to any of my mates, like for all the stuff, they always think it's quite middle class. Which I suppose
Yeah.
a lot of it is quite middle class. Like it's quite an expensive
Yeah.
place to buy pints. But yeah, I know it's crazy. There's only about like 3 main clubs there anyway. Glow's like the main one
Yeah.
because there's only really students who go clubbing there anyway.
Hmm.
But that's crazy.
Yeah, I don't.
I couldn't believe that, honestly.
And
a
I think-
lot of the unis distancing themselves. So like a lot of like the Freshers Week sometimes is done at Glow as well. If there's like an independent place, just because it can, some people go to Glow, some people go to Sugar, just depends on the tickets you buy. But they're now completely distancing themselves from that. They're kind of trying to make sure everyone stays away from Glow.
Hmm.
They're trying to make sure, like a lot of people like saying, there should be new people. New managers,
Yeah.
new bouncers, kind of like a new ethos of the club itself,
Hmm.
which I think is quite good. But
Once something like that happens in a club, though, that lasts for years.
exactly, yeah, I mean the reputation's kind of
And
ruined after that, right?
I did a documentary on spiking this year of uni. It's not listed on YouTube because it was just for uni, but I kind of just learnt like there was so many more stories coming out of that in the last 2 years, and it's now becoming to a point where it's actual injections as well, not just in the drink.
Yeah,
Obviously it happens less often, but that is horrible to think.
Yeah.
There's people in a club with needles like trying to inject people.
Yeah,
Crazy,
drunk
man.
people just injecting them. Yeah, it's crazy. I know. That was another thing with Glow. Glow was kind of like the epicenter of it.
Right.
It's like a lot of that kind of like epidemic. I mean, even though it's going on now, like when it was everyone was really aware of it.
Yeah.
It was going on like a lot in Glow and quite a bit in Sugar, but then Sugar really cracked down within like the first few days. So there was a part where like they just closed down for a few days to like completely change how they're gonna control drinking. So then I don't know if they have them anymore, but they had like these things. There's like these covers that you put over your drink. You get them for free.
Yeah.
So when you first drink, you'd get like a cover.
Yeah,
and
like
you
a
just get a
plastic.
straw, so people kind of put
That
pills
was
in.
cool.
But then that's when people like started using injections instead.
Exactly.
But Glow didn't do anything. Really, they're just like, yeah, sorry.
And I think that's the thing with bouncers. Bouncers are the first person you come into contact with that pub. So if you're first going there and you think you're not safe and you go to the bouncers, you don't get a good first impression with them. And especially for girls, you're thinking, I'm going into a club where the bouncers didn't even care about me. Now I'm going in there, you're worried what the hell's going on.
Yeah, exactly.
Just for example, Katie went out last night, didn't you? How was that like?
I didn't go clubbing though. I'm not really a clubbing fan.
Yeah.
Go
But-
to a
That's fair
bar.
enough to be honest.
But-
yeah, I like bars.
But stories like this definitely put you off going out, don't
yeah.
they, as a girl?
For me, it's just the music. I can't dance.
Yeah, yeah.
Katie explaining why she's not. Sorry, this can't hear you. I'm just saying what you said. Yeah, but
I was going to ask if she was mic'd up or not. But.
no, currently not mic'd.
dance.
Katie on the. Thanks for getting all the.
She's the Jamie to Joe Rogan.
Yeah, the Jamie. Yeah,
Yeah.
just say you did. Yeah, I'm liking this. To be fair, it's very sweet, but it's keeping
It
me.
is very, very sweet.
We kind of
yeah.
needed this though. It's fucking boiling.
Oh, I can feel myself sticking to the chair. You might have to.
Could we open the window, Katie?
Yeah.
Fuck, it's so hot, man.
It is. It is very warm.
And I was going to say, if you can, you won't be able to borrow a t-shirt as well because you are much taller than me.
Oh, thanks for the sentiment though.
Yeah. No,
yeah.
I'm sure we'll figure something out. I've got a hairdryer just before you came actually with a cold setting. It's so
Really?
bloody nice.
Oh my god,
So
that'd be
good, bro.
amazing. Oh,
Yeah.
I love that.
Nah, man, it's nice to see you. I haven't seen you in a
Yeah,
while.
yeah, it's been a while. And I think last time I saw was Ollie's thing, wasn't it?
Ollie's thing.
We went out clubbing. Well, you didn't go clubbing.
No, I
You
didn't.
did the pub crawl.
I did the pub crawl, and then you guys went out. I can't remember what I was doing, but I didn't. Yeah, sad I didn't get to come.
Oh yeah, so that's
Yeah,
pub or something.
but shall we try and describe to the people kind of like what our like experience was in sixth form? Because I think sixth form for me was when I first started going to like house parties and stuff.
Yes. I think sixth form was kind of what. I think it's what's made me fall in love with house parties. Just
Yeah.
'cause of, the amount of shit that happened in the house parties.
Yeah.
It is
and-
insane. That is every single house party. There was always some form of drama,
Yeah.
and there was always particular people who shall not be named that were involved.
Yeah, it was good. And that was my first time being exposed to it. But I'd say even now, with the right people, I prefer a house party over a club.
Definitely.
But it's just nowadays when all of us are off uni and stuff, and we're all about that, like, it's just not gonna happen.
Yeah.
It's just really hard to organise.
Yeah.
But do you still talk to the boys much, like back home?
Yeah, I do. I mean, look, I don't really talk that much, like, remotely, but I feel as though we're at the point where, like, once I kind of see them again, it's as though nothing's really happened.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
just like it's like almost as if I've seen you like yesterday.
I
So
think
we're back
the
to it,
difference is like, because there's a lot of people who don't go to uni, and then just like one mate goes. But I think the fact we're all at uni, we kind of like know, oh shit, they're not just ghosting you, like they're just doing their own thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And it's this kind of that thing. I don't know. I think there's certain groups where people find offence to when people stop talking.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's a guy or a girl's thing. But for me especially, I've had mates who I don't have to talk to for months, and we just get back and we're good.
Yeah. I mean,
But I like
at
that.
a similar
Yeah.
level to that. It's like I don't have
I
to
like
talk to you
that
every
about
day to make sure we keep this up.
Oh, 100%.
Because then we're just like this, like, oh yes,
Yeah.
I'll go.
Imagine if you came in, I was like, bro, you don't text me like for, bro, you
Yeah.
don't text me, bro. Yeah.
So it's halfway through the pod. Yeah. So this fucker doesn't message me.
Yeah, just start beefing.
But yeah. I think, I think like sixth form was quite like a defining moment, somewhat for like our youth. Really, it's like not much, like this is so deep.
Okay,
not much like major, like emotional stuff happened during like Longcroft.
Right.
When I was there, and maybe the same for you.
Do you mean in
grammar,
terms
but,
of like relationships with girls or like
just like
guys?
kind of like
or...
just like emotionally maturing. I think a lot of that happened. Like you, maybe for me, like you make a lot of mistakes and you learn from them. I think that happened most during sixth form. Well, I think that's where I finally realised I was like, I can't be such a dick anymore. You know,
and I think
I do have to change.
I think when you go from secondary school to sixth form, it just narrows down. So there's people who, there's not everyone there. So it's not the people who don't give a fuck about work or you. You know, there's people who, you know, the bullies who are usually, or whoever it is, people you don't get on with. If you're like at uni, at sixth form. This toffee apple's at sixth form, you've got people who are doing specialist courses. Like for me, I wanted to do media. You've got people who are passionate about certain things, and I think maybe that's why you're a lot more. The point I'm trying to make is you're a lot more comfortable to be yourself because you see other people comfortable to be being themselves.
Yeah.
There's less fitting in vibes at sixth form, so you're like, yo, this is cool, I can just do my own thing.
Yeah, no, I think especially because like you're doing the stuff that you want to do.
Yeah.
So like a lot of the time, like during like Longcroft, you had to choose like several, topics obviously, and a lot of the topics I chose I didn't like, but I just had to choose them because they're the kind of the next best option. So I wouldn't really give a fuck about them, and there'd be very few that I actually cared about. For instance, geography or triple science or something. It's like history. No offense, Helena, I didn't give a shit.
Yeah.
And a similar things like drama. I was like, I like it, but the physical parts of it.
Yeah.
No,
don't say that to Katie. She'll start,
I do like
start
drama.
Having a go,
Drama's good. The theory though.
I love drama.
It's amazing. I did get that was the highest I got in my GCSEs. So.
Yeah. What did you get?
I got a 9 in the acting.
Jeez, you're in a good.
But then
now.
my theory brought it down to a 6, which is a bit sad. I hate the theory.
It was theory horrible.
Yeah, the theory. Okay, all right, we can agree on that. The theory is horrible. The acting's alright. I like the acting. That was fun. That's brilliant.
Yeah,
I did bouncers.
Oh, I wish I did that.
What is bouncers?
Playing
To play. See, I didn't know that. But now you've got a 9 in drama. Now in drama, it could have been when you say a drama, that could be a film. That could be anything.
Yeah, we don't know those.
No, but now you got a 9 in drama, I might just think you're acting all the time. That's the thing.
Yeah, I love you, Eddie.
I'm just really shit at acting. So when I see someone I can act, is it a kind of thing where you have it or you don't? Like, what do you think with acting? And I don't know.
I feel it's like every other like performance art really. Like some people can be born with singing, but then some people can train themselves to do it. I reckon like if you worked hard enough, you could definitely be like a world-class actor. Like I know there's loads of there's quite a few actors who like I think I might be wrong on this, but I'm pretty sure like I've forgotten the dude's name now, but he was just really poor, so that the only thing he could really do was get an acting role, and then he did like really like low level acting for such a long time that he ended up was like I'm really good at this now, but that's because he was forced to spend his entire career doing it. I think it was Mark Wahlberg. I think he was, because he tried to do other stuff, and then he was like, I'll do acting, and then he suddenly became this kind of world-class actor he is today. So, I mean, I'd say it's probably both.
You only see when people have made it, because you only
because you only look at them. Yeah.
So I suppose I think there was a recent TikTok I saw where it showed people who had made it with or without money. That was interesting to see, like, because you don't usually know people's background, but it was a good mix. But I do respect that when someone's come from nothing and is something.
Yeah.
It's definitely like, geez, you've come from nothing. But I think a lot of the time you just assume when you see someone on a talk show or something like that, you see like the polished end version.
Yeah, exactly.
That you think like it was just all given to them. But
it's like the final product is what you're shown, but then there's like the structure behind it. Sometimes like the ugly structure is always hidden.
Yeah.
Which is quite a sad part of it. It kind of dehumanizes the person, I think.
And I don't know your thoughts about this, but like, how would you be if you were that type of person with like a PR team behind you? I just think that's kind of mad. Like a whole team and a whole group of people just to make sure that you are looked at in a certain way. I find that crazy, but that is a big thing. That's
it is a massive.
And
part,
obviously that's just for like the A-list celebrities, but that's like.
I mean, it's a good theory. I think it's quite like almost like it sounds quite claustrophobic almost. It's like you've.
Like, for example, if you had a HR team now, like, they'd be looking over to you all the time, like, can you say this, can you say that?
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm just wondering, like, would that affect you? Like, for me, I think it would just, like, really, like, make me...
It's like having strict parents in a way, isn't it?
Restricted, yeah.
And you're like, I'm 35, I've got a Rolls Royce and I'm still have to see if I can say certain things on Twitter or something. It's a bit... I mean...
It's just mad when you're working for like companies like Marvel, like these big stars like Marvel and stuff. There's just so many like eyes on it. It's like why? So you just can't really say.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think the thing with me is I really like realism. So like when I'm watching these talk shows or something, and when there is like a glimpse of just like, oh, you can tell that's generally them. I really like admire that.
Yeah. I agree with that.
But I know it's the way it is. It's like. Money's money. It's a business at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I think that's why I like podcasts and stuff like that.
I was about to say, I think podcasts are amazing because, like, I know, I think it was How I Built This as a podcast.
Okay.
But they had like Mark Zuckerberg on one of the episodes. Like I kind of dislike the man. I think he's a pretty, like I think like all of the theories that he's an alien are probably true.
Yeah.
The way he acts.
I think you'd rather him be an alien than him just being a twat. You know what I mean?
Exactly. But he went on the podcast and like I was listening to him talk about like how he came up and stuff like that. And I was like, damn it, kind of humanized him. I can almost empathize with him. I hate to say I'm empathizing with a billionaire, but it's like it's quite it is crazy. Like podcasts. Maybe biased because I'm on one. Could kind of like humanize the person, whether how big they are and stuff like that. So I think they're better than talk shows sometimes because the talk shows can be quite restrictive.
Yeah.
What they say.
I don't know. I think it's just not something I would watch. Maybe it'll change in the future, but I think that's maybe because I'm in TV and stuff now. I've been in some situation where I've been on TV sets and stuff, and I know how things work. And I've talked to a lot of people who are in TV as well. They also see that when you see behind the curtain with that, it's kind of like you can't look at it the same.
Yeah.
So now when I watch like films and TV and stuff, I found it very hard to switch off and not like go, they've done that because they've done that.
Yeah.
I don't know how I'd compare that to your field, geography. It's not really comparable though, is it?
I mean, sometimes like.
Where,
for instance, like when I went to the
Are you walking Lake District thinking, oh, that U-shaped valley's weird? I didn't know any.
I am kind of like that, to be honest. There's been quite a few times where like we've been like walking through the Lake District, I'm like, oh, this is Lake Windermere, and then I explain how it was made, and then my mates are like, this is really cool.
Katie, we should go on walks with Isaac. He'll just tell us the history behind it.
It's really cool actually. There's this lake called Coniston Water.
Okay.
It's a really, really nice place to go. It's the deepest lake in the Lake District, and it's quite like so it's famous. So it's about 70 or 80 meters deep.
Okay.
Which is pretty big. Like that's like just off the shore. It can get to that deep. I think they can get to points where it's about several hundred meters deep. Like in the center of it, it's an incredibly deep lake.
Okay.
So much so like there's this they have this constant like water like boat race thing, and it was quite famous. So this this person, I think in the like 1900s, I think he died because his boat was going too fast.
Wow.
But the lake was so deep they didn't have equipment to collect it,
Fuck.
which is pretty insane, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So, which, like,
so
really shows
we
how
don't
deep
have
it
the
is.
technology yet to go. Did you say 700, 800
Well, I mean,
meters
like
deep?
we do, but the cost of that technology was kind of a bit too much for them to really go down.
Right. Yeah.
And I mean, the
Did
circumstances.
you say
of it
that
as well.
guy? The guy fell in.
Well, so like I think it was going about 300.
So this was a race. He was
Yeah,
going
I
on
think
a
about
race.
300 knots an hour, and his boat kind of lifted up, then it
Right.
hit the water and it exploded essentially. So they were going to retrieve the pieces to kind of like rebuild the craft, but they couldn't because it was quite small pieces.
Do you know like the name of it? Maybe we could look it up and see.
If you look up constant water death, it's a very famous one.
Yeah,
So you
that's
might-
interesting.
It is really crazy how it happened.
I've gone down a deep hole in TikTok now. I get like suggested like photos moments before tragedy. It's really bad, bro, because it's just depressing as hell. But it's like,
Yeah.
this is just a photo of a man in New York,
Yeah.
right? It was 2 seconds before 9/11.
Yeah. Oh my god.
And it's the music as well. Man.
Yeah.
It's crazy, yeah. But let's have a look at that, Katie.
Yeah, I think it's one. Yes.
That one there, yeah. Let's click on it. Coniston Water
Don
visit.
Campbell, that's the one. Yeah, so that was
So-
his boat.
So
It was-
this
I
guy,
think he's still broken the limit. I think. I mean, check
this
that
guy's
out.
name, Donald Campbell.
Mm.
And well, that boat looks crazy. That boat doesn't even look
Yeah.
like a boat, bro. What the
It
hell?
is insane. It's almost
Looks
like
like I don't know. It
it's
looks
almost
like
built like a plane, isn't it?
Yeah.
Something like that.
that's crazy.
It just kind of, it's almost less of a boat, just kind of skips across the water. That's how it goes so fast. But there's a point where it hit a wave
Right.
a bit too hard, and it just kind of
Went like
it
that.
got under the wing and it just kind of flipped up. Essentially,
Yeah.
it's pretty crazy. But
I was thinking. Here's the video now. So it's been filmed.
Mm.
Okay,
67, that's the one.
here we go. Wow, that's going fast.
Yes, it is insanely fast.
And this was in 1967.
See it left up soon, I think.
Jeez. That's going crazy
really,
fast.
Really fast, isn't it? Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, I just skipped past it.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, it's
Oh,
coming,
okay.
So you
You
turn
can- so he
around.
knew he was
There we
fucked
are.
by-
That's what he did.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Fuck. I nearly made a joke then.
We can edit out.
No, I was just. Hey, after a certain amount, 1967, you can make a few. Hey, you can make a few jokes. No, he's very, fair enough, very fast. It was just looked like he was doing a flip, but he
it
didn't.
was.
Sorry about that. He didn't flip. Just didn't
You've
flip.
carried on. Got a few style points.
Just land the flip, man.
Oh.
I'm joking. I'm joking. That was a joke, guys. But yeah, that's crazy. I think every time I see videos in black and white, and especially when people back then, I think they were just more used to seeing dead bodies like around.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
so I think even the reason why I'm making jokes, guys, is back then probably it wasn't that bad. I think they were just more prone to seeing dead bodies out and about.
Yeah.
Maybe
yeah.
not in 1967.
Yeah.
Actually,
I think
I'm thinking more like
yeah.
Black Plague, that kind of era. You'd probably get
Yeah.
You just
Yeah.
like see your neighbour dead, and you shit, he had a good run. He had a good run.
exactly. Timmy's dead.
Yeah.
Kind of
There
sucks,
wasn't
I
like a
suppose. I've
few-
got another 300 kids, so I don't fucking
Yeah,
give a shit.
me and Katie were watching this, talking about kids, not in a weird way, guys. Talking about kids. This family in America, they believed in. It was a certain type of Mormonism, wasn't it? The documentary. Fundamental
wow.
Mormonism. They believed that for a man to go to heaven, he needs to have 3 wives, man. Crazy. And
I believe that.
these family.
No,
yeah,
I'm joking.
this family, the 3 wives had like 300 kids, and this was like one family. So yeah.
Wow, that's
Imagine like
crazy.
just a family dinner, man. Like, who's cooking that? Who's
For 300 as well.
I'm not
yeah.
gonna do anything.
yeah, true. The
Yeah,
man is
yeah,
not doing
that's
that.
a good point.
What is the man doing? I think that though. Like, what is the man doing though? The women, like back then, I
Bossing
feel like,
the women around, probably.
yeah, just like telling them and stuff.
That duck's too hard. Something like that.
Yeah, why don't you put some seasoning on it for once?
Oh my everything.
They're white. They don't have seasoning. Yeah. Come on.
Salt and pepper, come on.
True.
That's our type of seasoning. Nah, I think I like paprika. I put paprika in a lot of my stuff.
I do. That's
I
good
think
in everything almost.
Paprika. What are some of your uni meals? What is like an average meal? Like
It's usually like there's a lot of pastas.
Pastas,
Curries are quite good.
mhm.
Burgers mainly though.
Burgers,
Burgers
yeah.
really easy to cook.
Easy, you just
It
buy
doesn't
the
take
bun,
long, and
slap
then-
it in.
Yeah, exactly. I make these amazing like caramelized onions.
Yeah.
Put a bit of paprika.
Slow
salt
cook the
and pepper.
onions?
Yeah, so I cook it with the burger.
Oh,
So
okay.
they're kind of caramelized. All my mates bully me because they're burnt, and usually they are like 50% black. But they taste nice. They taste really good.
I bought them. I'm eating them.
Yeah, exactly.
Nah.
But apart from that, it's really good. What about you?
Me, man, I'm more like I would get chicken and mostly just a meat and rice, or I'm very much like, unless I'm with Katie, I just have I don't know, I won't think about it too much. I'll just be like, I'm hungry, I'm cooking beef and rice, and maybe there'll be some onions there sometimes. That's usually
Yeah, to be honest.
yeah.
I've started doing like gym food and stuff, so usually I have chicken and rice for that.
Yeah,
so
chicken and
I
rice.
can't really blame you.
I'm moving really close to I'm moving out like in 2 weeks to my new place, and it's like 5 minutes from a gym, man. I'm so looking forward to it.
Nice.
Swimming pool as well. It's gonna be so good.
That's good. That's
Yeah,
good.
trying to get back.
We have one of those on campus, so it's like a big.
Yeah,
like
it's the uni one.
gym
It's
centre.
the
Oh, is
uni
it?
one, Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So I don't
Your
know.
uni's quite big, isn't it?
It is.
Right?
There's like it's like spread out. It's kind of weird. So you have like a campus like one side of Salford. Then there's one like where we're going later, Media City.
Yes.
That's
yes.
the one I'm at most of the time.
Yeah,
and
okay,
that's
that
near
makes
all the
sense, that
TV
makes sense.
studios.
Dropping off then.
Ooh,
I can drive.
nice. Secured the drop off, guys.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you.
She's only doing that because it's on the podcast, guys.
Yeah. We'll end it. Cancelled. They're not doing it.
Yeah. Have you seen? Did you watch the Euros? It was quite Eurovision's.
Yes, I did.
I think it was like a couple of months ago.
I
now.
did. It was really good.
Yeah.
I became second.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Samurai killed it.
Ukraine
Bloody hell.
with the win.
Can I be honest?
Yeah, I was about to say something as well. To be honest,
We
mate.
should have come first.
I-
It was pity
Kind
points.
of. Yes, that's what I was trying to say, guys. I'm,
It was a good song.
I think
It was a good
it's fair
song.
enough. I just don't think I watched the performance, and of course I'm not Simon Cowell. I can't judge. I was just thinking.
Judge, it's a
Is it
podcast.
a
We're allowed to.
coincidence that they're in turmoil and they're under a bit of maybe more than a bit of trouble? Sorry, maybe more than a bit of trouble.
What an invasion.
Gotta fucking just deal with it. But yeah, they won it, and I was just kind of like, to all the countries that voted for them, just a bit of a PR thing,
That's what I was thinking. So Kosovo voted for Ukraine.
Yeah.
Of course he did.
But more importantly, how did we get second?
How did
Every
we get
country
second?
hates us.
I couldn't believe it. We got so
How?
many points from that.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't
What
gonna
was
go-
our performance? What did we do? Do
it
you
was
remember?
Spaceman by Sam Ryder, I think, wasn't it?
Oh, okay.
I'm up in space.
Okay.
Oh,
right.
We'll join
Yeah.
in.
sounds a bit more like Elton John or something.
It is really good. I
Yeah?
do quite like it, to be honest.
Nah, but apparently the UK are hosting the next one. Maybe.
Are we? Oh,
So-
I think, yeah, because Ukraine can't, yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
Why can't Ukraine do it, Isaac? Nah, I know why.
I don't know, Eddie. I don't know.
Just trying to make you feel really awkward.
Um,
don't you
some
know?
crisis. Invasion.
God. Get over it.
I'm sorry if you're
Just like,
listening
imagine
from
if we went,
Ukraine.
we actually seriously just didn't know what was going on. Why can't Ukraine host it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people in the Ukraine are just like, oh, fuck this shit. I'm not listening to this. Oh, goodness.
Yeah, but seriously, we hope everyone in UK is doing
Mhm.
okay. Ukraine's doing okay. Is it still going on?
It is. The Siege of Mariupol, I believe Ukraine won that one. So they've kind of been kicked out. And they haven't reached Kiev yet.
Okay, and
which
that's
is
the
quite
capital.
good. That's the
right?
capital, yeah.
So we need.
It's, I remember somebody pointing out, like, Russia's lost so much of its military equipment from, like, farmers or soldiers stealing it. Like, there's been loads of videos on TikTok. I don't know if you've seen them.
Yeah,
where, like,
I've seen some. Yeah.
There's loads of ATVs and the tractor pulls up and hitches it and just drives off, and you see the Russians running
Yeah,
after
I think
it.
I saw a video of a Ukraine guy stealing a Russian's tank.
Yeah, so like, he just hopped in and drove off.
And I'm thinking it's kind of just not like stealing a car, like where you just turn the key. I'm just
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
unless you're like a UK, an officer and you know how to drive a tank. I'm like,
Yeah,
what
it's a bit ridiculous.
It can't just be be like a farmer going, "Oh, I'm going to steal the tank."
Yeah, exactly. So just to clarify, I don't know anything like as much as I should do about this. So
we
please
are.
take this with a grain of salt.
We didn't do any research going into this, but
No.
we just wanted to,
white men's opinions are always right.
Yeah, true.
So-
Very true.
That was a
Yeah,
That's a
but
joke.
I think they'll learn more going on. That our vibe is very much like nothing's very serious with me and you. We take this.
Yeah.
But so we're going to. We mentioned before we're going to KSI concert with your parents. I'm looking forward to it. To be
Yes.
fair, though, mate. Your
Yes.
mum and dad. I don't know. I just feel like they're very chill. I like
Yeah,
them.
they are very cool. They're very cool.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, if I had any, I was like, I haven't seen Eddie in ages.
Yeah.
So
I
quite
remember the
excited.
last time I probably talked to her was we said goodbye in the boot of a car, and I think she gave us like a couple Kit Kat bars or something, bro.
Yeah.
Well, were we going to see? We went to see TMG, right?
Yes.
That was sick.
That was damn.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. Like the last time I went to anything like a venue like this was TMG. Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn. Nostalgia.
That was cool.
Nostalgia.
And that was kind of the first thing we saw to, like, that's one of the main things we had in common. We were like, yo, you watch Timing?
TMG.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah,
So
same.
do I.
We got us all
Yeah.
that.
I think that's like the first time that we probably did anything. It was just us two.
Yeah, no,
Which was
for
quite
sure.
good. I was getting quite
We
nervous.
went on a little date.
Yeah. It was holding hands.
It was good. I did like that. The show was good.
It was a lot shorter than I thought.
Yeah.
Which was annoying.
I'd like to see them do like stand up.
Yeah.
Like,
Noel's doing loads of stand up around.
Is it? Yeah.
Which is quite good, but it's only in America, which is annoying.
Mhm.
So I mean, I think it would be a lot more difficult for him.
I want to go
actually
to like
come
a
over
comedy
there,
club
but-
in Manchester. That'd be fun.
Yeah, I'll be
Oh,
amazing.
yeah.
I'd love to do that. But
Yeah.
yeah. I remember there's this talking of comedy actually. So we host this thing at Lancaster this year called I think it's called like Roses. Essentially, it's just called Roses.
Okay.
It's the largest varsity event in Europe, I think, but it's like this sports competition between York and Lancaster.
Right.
First of all, we thrashed them.
Okay.
It was 241 points to us and 102
Is
to
it
them.
like like the kind of sports you see in the Olympics? Like what kind of sports is it?
Pretty much every sport that the uni
Okay.
does.
Yeah.
So like there was like debating going on. There was like handball. There's obviously rugby, football, lacrosse was there. So lacrosse is quite big in York and.
Oh really? I
Lancaster,
just
yeah.
thought that was in like North America.
That's what I thought.
Is it big in York?
It is pretty big, to be honest.
Crazy.
Yeah, I remember my mate Oscar. He does lacrosse.
Mm.
He's in like the first team, so he's the one who goes to football.
Does he give you the vibe that he could be in the cast of like Harry Potter? Because I kind of got the vibe from lacrosse. It's like the closest sport to whatever they do in Harry Potter. You know, just like the stick and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, you kind of
Quidditch
get that.
kinda
Like,
shit,
you get that
yeah.
kind of vibe.
No, I
so
completely agree.
I'm like, when are they gonna start busting out like Wingardium Leviosa? Like, you know, I'm just.
Zap people to the
But I'd love to go see a game.
Yeah, it's quite an intense sport, to be honest.
Yeah.
So like, there's a lot of it's quite a physical sport. So they usually have like big like almost like American football helmets, and they have like body pads and arm pads and stuff. Because there's a lot of like there's a lot of checking going on. So like you'd carry the ball like in the net, but then people can smack the net, so the ball can fall out and then they can catch it. It's essentially like
Smack the net with their net.
with their stick, yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah,
it's
okay.
kind of like a rugby.
You
it's
can't
like a
just, like,
tackle.
get someone in a chokehold.
No,
and shit.
no,
yeah,
no.
yeah, okay.
Just like slam them into the ground, run off with it.
Have
No,
you-
it's essentially like a football tackle.
Okay.
It's like their version of it.
Yeah.
But
No, I think the sport I've been watching most recently, if you can call it a sport, UFC. I think it is a sport.
oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think
I like UFC. That's
love
quite
that.
good.
I think it's just like you just don't know what's going to happen. And it's just
Yeah,
like that
yeah.
thing. It is kind of someone's going to get knocked out, and maybe it's not the most pleasant thing to imagine, but it's just the excitement behind it. Just like that raw thing, two men against each other, or two women against each
And
other.
he's gay.
Like, yeah, I just love seeing them in them like
The
tight
kiss at the
you know,
end.
You know, like the real tight spandex.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you know, it's like short.
Yeah, they've got like the little speedo shorts on, topless.
If they could just not wear that'd be even better.
Better.
But I don't think that'd be allowed on.
Well, no.
Maybe
But
there's
yeah,
like
yeah.
an OnlyFans version. Maybe I can watch.
And the UFC. Yeah, that is. I do like that sport. It's quite good. I think I've never really watched it though.
I think it kind of, since Conor McGregor, the kind of mainstream value of it is. I mean,
It's
it
somewhat
is
gone down,
getting bigger,
yeah.
but and recently there was one in London.
Oh,
So
wow.
for the first time in ages. So that was good.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is very much like a a continental American sport, isn't it? So like I see a lot of like I mean, there's obviously like a lot of Russian and European fighters in it as well.
Yeah, I mean it's mixed martial arts, so
Yeah.
Anybody from any background really goes in, but it is kind of in America where most of the fights are held.
Of it, isn't it? Yeah.
But I think that's when it's the most spectacle is when it's country versus country, and that's with any sport. I think
so. Yeah.
World Cup's coming up in December,
World Cup.
and I'm not a big. Well, I will watch Premier League now and again, but I'm sure you're on the same page. Like, I don't follow it that much.
No.
But when it comes like country v country,
yeah.
It's not like I'm like, England, like in terms like politically. It's just like the football team.
Yeah,
I like
exactly.
Get behind
Yeah.
it.
You can kind of like allowed to be like quite patriotic towards your team, like whilst also disliking the country. Like
last episode, I talked about the Diamond Jubilee and how I'm not kind of on that hype train, like where people would like. I don't go to the parades or anything like that, but I will support England. I think that's kind of how I stand
definitely.
on it.
Yeah, it's quite good. I mean, we had this kind of thing in our house. So like somebody wanted to there's like this little picnic that was being held at Williamson Park. For some reason they forgot to host it though.
Oh.
Yeah, so like loads of families arrived there, but there's supposed to be like loads of stalls, but no one was there. I was like, oh shit, okay.
Katie, could you pull up a video for us? I don't know if you've seen it. It's the Queen and Paddington Bear video, and I want Isaac to react to this. I'm not going to tell you my thoughts of it before because I want to see if you pick up the same thing I picked up from it. Okay. It's just a short video, 1 minute 30 seconds, but it's of the Queen having tea with the Paddington Bear. Paddington Bear is like a really famous character in the UK. If anybody doesn't know, yeah. I don't think we need audio. We'll be fine without audio. We'll just. I think it's more the visual. It's more the visual thing I want to notice. If you look at the Queen now, look at. I don't know. I was very drunk when I first watched it, so I might not have the same thoughts. But just look at the Queen in the shots and tell me what you think, man. So that guy's from Horrible Histories, bro.
He's a legend. Yes. He's a legend. I feel as though. So,
got the Queen there. Oh, they've run out of tea, mate. God.
She kind of seems like a really good deep fake.
Yes, that's what I was. That's what I was trying to say, mate. Like looking at her face and stuff. It just something doesn't look right about it, and and maybe that was to do with the director not being able to get the right reaction from her. When saying, "Oh." Because of course Paddington Bear's not there. Like when the director says, "Oh, you need to do this."
Yeah.
But look at
like a man in a green suit or something.
I'm just thinking, doesn't like just the face and the eye. I think it's mainly the eyes,
Yeah, it does kind of look almost like really well animated almost.
Yeah.
It's like that's an actual shot.
I've got that. They're real, but
then like these.
They're real. But almost Paddington Bear looks realer than the Queen. But
yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, to be honest.
Yeah. I don't know. I just watched that and I was like, something off about that. Let me know what you guys think in the comments anyway. But
that's a good point. It does. Have you? Speaking of deepfakes, have you ever seen like? I know there's like a lot of like Jason Statham and Tom Cruise deepfakes on TikTok.
Yeah.
So and it kind of gives me a similar vibe.
Yeah, I haven't seen those ones particularly, but I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Especially on certain sites as well. Adult sites as well. No, I don't know what you're talking about. We've all been teenagers at some point. Come on. I'm still a teenager, man. How old are you now?
20.
20. I'm still 19, brother.
Damn.
Still 19.
Child.
Yeah. Yeah. I need to grow up, to be fair.
Well, your birthday's in
July, bro.
July. Yeah. I was worried. What the fuck I'm going to talk about? So I'm glad you said most of them. But
I checked just before you got here. Ethereum went so far down. It's so bad, man. I've lost a fair bit on it. I mean,
really?
I haven't put like my life savings in it, but it's also just a bit sad, you know.
Yeah, that is.
So I was happy you were coming, but I was also quite sad.
Quite sad, yeah. So a bit of mixed emotions.
Yeah.
It's going. Oh fuck.
Have you been any interested in crypto at all? What are you saying?
I don't know. I've got mixed opinions on crypto.
Okay.
I mean, like Web3's kind of it's kind of a cool idea. I think it's just like
Okay.
the next generation of the internet.
Okay.
So like everything.
Could you educate for the people who don't know? I of course know what Web3 is, but for the people who don't know what Web3 is.
So it's essentially, from what I know, it's very much like a lot of the like transactions, like the monetary transactions, are all done on like the blockchain.
I know
So
what blockchain is.
essentially, it's the same stuff with. So that's what Bitcoin is, like the best example of that. And so with like NFTs and stuff. So it's like this. It's where you can see where all of the interactions of the money go. So it's an incredibly, almost publicized way of seeing the money.
Okay.
I think.
Right.
Might be wrong, but I think that's how it works. So there's a lot of things where there's been a lot of like pump and dump schemes. So at the moment, like Bitcoin's kind of like the wild west of money. Really, it's kind of like gold mining at this point. There are really not that many restrictions on it. So there's a lot of pump and dump schemes, which is basically where people make a cryptocurrency, usually called something incredibly stupid like Elon's cum. That is genuinely one of the ones. It's shit
Or there was
like
one
that.
with like Elon's dog's name.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff.
exactly. Yeah. Where like people will be like, oh, look, we've got these amazing celebrities on it, and they're like, the celebrities are giving like 50k to say like, yeah, I'll sub to this, so then like it boosts the value of it really, really high, and then all of the makers and investors of it drop out. So then it absolutely slams to the ground and people lose thousands because of it.
And those original investors get a lot of money.
Exactly, yeah. So the government's been finding it very difficult. A lot of the stuff I know about is the US stuff. I think it's very similar in the UK. But there's another story actually in the UK I could talk about. But a lot of the government's been finding it very difficult to actually look and find these different pump and dump schemes. So there's been a lot of like kind of independent people who almost like independent detectives in a way.
And what, trying to like crack down on it and
well, it's more like they find it really easy to find the pump and dump schemes. So the main thing is like you look for people's wallets.
Yeah.
So I mean, you know what a wallet is, don't you?
Yeah.
A wallet is essentially like a normal wallet anyway, but you'd have like certain cryptocurrencies instead of normal money in there, I suppose. But so you can actually look at all of the transactions that happened in the wallets, which basically means like within 48 hours you can find who got all the money from that cryptocurrency. So then you can find out they were the ones who made it, they're the ones who pump and dump. You know, they're the ones who can now be charged for it essentially.
Yeah.
So a similar kind of thing happened. With other issues with crypto include like these thing called stable coins. So these are coins which are connected to I might be checking out my ass here, but they're basically really closely connected, usually algorithmically connected to the American dollar.
Okay.
So one of the issues is if you want to change to a different currency, you have to change back into dollar and then change into that currency, which can take a long time. So you can't do quick trades, and there is a money loss because so you take out a currency, there's like X amount goes to the government, and then you put it back in. So then with a stable coin, you can transfer it to that coin and then transfer it into another currency, which basically means there's no loss.
Right, so
Does that make sense?
So a stable coin isn't with that connection to the US dollar, or is it?
It is, but it like follows, like the value of it follows closely to it.
Right,
but that's the only thing that follows it.
I thought that would be the security behind it if it is connected to a currency of a country, especially like the dollar or the pound or whatever. And I had a lot of it is connected to like energy. So the one I've invested in, Ethereum, is a lot to do with energy behind that. So I mean, I'm not too clued up on it. I invested in it, and right now I'm not looking too good. Hopefully, invest in Ethereum.
So I think it's about a week or two ago now. There was a massive like crypto market crash.
Okay.
So basically, what happened is Luna, it somehow became like a few cent less valuable than the American dollar.
Yeah.
So people started getting all their money out before it lost value. But then just before it did that, KSI put 2.8 million into it, thinking it's going to make money. So then over several hours it went down, and I think everything that he bought was worth a K. Something like that.
So 2.8 million
went down to a K. Essentially,
which
which is
insane.
It is insane how that
crazy.
happened. It is absolutely crazy.
But the even crazier thing to think is that 2.8 million he invested, he was willing to lose. This man has $2.8 million dollars just to lose. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember what he put on Twitter. It was like something like, hey, yeah, well, I've got my family. I was like, hey, how did you lose? You can't just be sad. You've lost so much fucking money.
You know with that, and that's with KSI. Sometimes he comes across as like quite. Well, that isn't dumb. It may be unlucky or something. But with some things, it comes across as quite irrational. Not in. I'll get to this, but it's irrational in a way. But it all comes in a way like things like Jake Paul as well does as well. These things where it may not necessarily make sense to the average person, but with the scope and these things that they do, so like him losing that'll give him a lot of publicity anyway.
Yeah.
So
yeah, exactly.
So you may think that's crazy. He's invested 2.8 million in something like that, but these big people do them. It's not like the first time he's done something like that.
No, exactly.
So I'm saying that these things that they do sometimes do benefit them as well.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure loads of people are going to contact him to join in with the next cryptocurrency that's going to get really popular and he's going to make his money back pretty quickly from crypto, I think.
Well, yeah.
But that kind of story is kind of like is a cautionary tale of like, you really don't know what's going to happen to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was pretty insane. But there was another story in it was actually from the stock market, I think. But so one of the things that led
that
to
old thing, God, stock market.
Old people shit,
Yeah, shit.
Get on crypto, Jesus. What was it? Yeah, so this guy did this. It's an incredibly difficult thing to do. He, what was it? I think he using I forgot what it's called. Using algorithms, he essentially gamed the stock market, and he stole about 35 million, I think it was, from the market in within 10 minutes. So for 10 minutes, the entire market crashed.
And does anybody know how he did this?
It was through several incredibly complicated algorithms, I think.
Right.
He was eventually arrested.
Something
and was
that
sent
we
to
wouldn't know.
jail.
If we knew, we would be doing it right now.
We would be. We would have a much nicer.
Yeah.
Actually, this is a really nice place. Sorry. Shit.
No, it's a uni house. It's fine. You can say it how it is. It's fun.
It's better than Ollie's place. Sorry, Ollie.
That's also not saying much either.
No, that's true. That is true.
Yeah.
But yeah, crazy stuff. I think that was mainly it for that.
Yeah, no. It's been great having you on, mate.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Is there anything you want to promote, any socials or anything you want to put?
Yeah, all right.
Yeah,
I need to remember my name on Instagram.
Yeah, it's great Instagram or something.
It's Isaac Allen B.
Isaac Allen B.
4231.
Isaac Allen B 4231 on Instagram. I'll put that link in the description, guys.
That was so shameless.
No, we are on Spotify, Apple Music, and if you're listening to this on YouTube, all the links will be in the description. Thank you, Katie, for being on.
Yes, thank you very much,
as well.
Katie.
I've been Eddie Dodds with Isaac Allenby. Thanks for listening, guys.
Thank you.